Some mornings, there's a little monster in all of us.
Morning, Fred.
And until that first cup of coffee, we can all be pretty beastly.
Morning, Fred.
That's when your 7-Eleven store can be a lifesaver.
Good morning, Fred.
With a good cup of fresh brewed hot coffee to perk up your morning. 7-Eleven coffee brings out the best, not the beast in you.
Hey, Ralph!
He outwits Hogatha the witch and gets away with it. And that includes those horrid little smirts.
I can't get undressed while a dog's watching.
Making a living.
He's 105. How well can he see?
Then.
Yeah, you might just have a case of radio mouth.
And Isaac's getting perfect reception on the Love Boat.
Introducing Replay Gum with flavor that outlasts.
Black films, American black films, do no business overseas, where, you know, movies can make 40% of their money. That Europeans don't want to see films about blacks. Cable rights, that kind of market, no interest in that.
And also, I guess in the last couple of years, there's been a whole lot of interest in Hollywood in subsidiary second rights, not only cable, but also video disc, video cassette, all those markets where they try to sell the movie before it's even made and make their money back.
Blacks weren't buying that kind of stuff. Another one. This is a reality. A number of inner-city theaters were shut down in the 70s, closed up, boarded up. All the building of new theaters took place in the suburbs, the mostly white suburbs. And a lot of theater owners didn't want to play black films in suburban theaters.
I've heard from theater owners that if they were to play a movie like Car Wash, for example, the other people who own shops in the same shopping mall are afraid that all the inner-city blacks would descend upon the J.C. Penney store and wreck the Dairy Queen. This is paranoia, but it's reality, too.
So this is the situation. There seems to be a strong economic argument being made against black pictures. I don't buy it entirely.
Well, I think that there is a lot of economics, though, when you get right back to it. I don't think that the black boom in movies began for liberal reasons and wonderful humanitarian reasons. I think it began because these movies made money. And I think that now that it seems to be over, it's not over for racist reasons. It's over because Hollywood's perception is that they no longer make money. It's capitalism at both ends.
On second thought, what I have to say to Kimberly is extremely important. Would you please excuse us? Have you seen the view from the balcony?
Yes, I have.
It's better second time.
I won't be long, Ellen. Okay. What is it, Dad? Sounds serious.
It is. I am very disappointed that you felt you couldn't
make it creamy.
All I do. I look like a spy.
What are you?
We gotta get rid of him, huh?
We are committed.
Monday, Fantasy Island. Tuesday, Charlie's Angels. Late night on ABC.
Do not fear. The horror show continues soon.
Hello, how are you?
I am fine.
Who is he?
He is Parquet.
Pare.
Excuse me, but I think you are Parquet.
Pare.
Every American boy is told that he could become president. Do you
No.
still believe you could become president?
Every American girl now is also told she can become president. The presidency, I don't think is anything you really want to have now, because the political situation is such that the actual governing of the United States is not done by the president or by the Congress. It's done by the Chase Manhattan Bank, a very important bank, the oil companies, the defense industries, people in boardrooms around the United States. We have a law, really.
Do not be afraid. It is only a movie.
Yeah, that's what they said about Frankenstein.
Oh! At the end of the Great War, civilization became divided into those who lived above the ground and the evil ones who carved cities under the earth. The darkness and strange gases from the earth turned them into Krolax. Krolax cannot survive in the sunlight.
Whenever I feel like a great tasting meal, I go...
Probably won't balance the budget by 1984 as promised. The President and Mrs. Reagan got clean bills of health today after an overnight stay at Bethesda Naval Hospital for their annual checkups. Doctors said the President is fully recovered from last spring's assassination attempt. And in Sweden, while the Soviet sub is still stuck near a top-secret naval base, there is now an agreement for the Russian captain to be questioned by Swedish authorities. I'm Bob Jameson in New York. More news later on this NBC station.
I got it. I got it. I got it.
The missing link puzzle. The only thing really missing is the solution from Ideal.
Sitting down to your morning coffee, turning on your home computer to read the day's newspaper. Well, it's not as far-fetched as it may seem. In fact, both local San Francisco papers are investing a lot of money to try and get a service just like that started. Science editor Steve Newman reports on one person already using the brand new system.
17 stories up in his fashionable North Beach apartment, Richard Halloran is calling a local number that will connect him with a computer in Columbus, Ohio. Meanwhile, across town, in this less than fashionable cubbyhole at the San Francisco Examiner, these editors are programming today's copy of the paper into that same Ohio computer. When the telephone connection between these two terminals is made, the newest form of electronic journalism lights up Mr. Halloran's television with just about everything the Examiner prints in its regular edition. That is, with the exception of pictures, ads, and the comics. 8 newspapers around the country are currently in the computer network, and within the next few weeks, 3 others will join in.
This is an experiment. We're trying to figure out what it's going to mean to us as editors and reporters and what it means to the home user. And we're not in it to make money. We're probably not going to lose a lot, but we aren't going to make much either.
Both the Examiner and Chronicle began service within the last 2 weeks and printed full-page ads about it. Of the estimated 2,000 to 3,000 home computer owners in the Bay Area, the Chronicle reports over 500 have responded by sending back coupons. Even though the electronic newspaper isn't as spiffy looking as the ads imply, people using the system are excited about its potential.
With this system, we have the option not only of seeing the newspaper on the screen, but also optionally we can copy it. So anything we're interested in, we could go back in again and copy it onto paper and save it, which I think is the future of the type of interrogation an individual will give to the newspapers.
This is only the first step in newspapers by computer. Engineers now predict the day will come when we get all our newspapers and magazines by home computer, but that's a few years off. So for the moment at least, this fellow isn't worried about being out of a job. Steve Newman, News Center 4.
Well, it takes over 2 hours to receive the entire text of the newspaper over the phone, and with an hourly use charge of $5, the new telepaper won't be much competition for the 20-cent street edition.
The Fantasy begins Friday, November 6th at a theater near you, rated PG.
My little goblins will be out long after dark, so I depend on Duracell batteries to light their way, because Duracell lasts longer.
Tests prove after just a few hours of continuous use, regular carbon batteries wear out. But you can get up to 5 times more use from Duracell batteries.
That's why I trust my kids' safety at night to Duracell.
Duracell. The copper top battery. No regular battery looks like it.
We're home! Or lasts like it.
A phenomenon that's puzzled me is why some people settle for the ordinary when they could have the extraordinary. Perhaps its cause is simply a lack of knowledge. Fortunately, I've never had that problem. So choosing a home videotape recorder was relatively easy. I chose the Sony Betamax, for when I observed how it performed so many complex technological functions with such ease and simplicity, I no longer saw a machine. I saw genius.
The genius of Betamax, only from Sony.
Phantasm. We had to bring it back to life. Just to kill you all over again. Phantasm. If you died watching it before, this time it'll bury you. Phantasm is back to nail you for good. Rated R.
Trick or Treat with Barbara Mandrell and the Mandrell Sisters. And it's a Halloween Nashville Palace with the Oak Ridge Boys, the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders, and more. Followed by Bits and Bones Saturday.
I'm Eddie Murphy.
I'm Donald Pleasant.
We have nothing in common whatsoever.
Except that we'll be spending Halloween together on Saturday night live.
Join us if you dare.
Cool it, man.
Our regular program schedule is preempted today so that Channel 5 may present the following very special program. Stay tuned for
the next feature in Marvel's Monsters, Man Mayhem Sunday Movie Marathon. Starting now.